Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Give me just 1 minute here while I make sure we are streaming in all the places. We've had a few issues with our streaming software recently, so I just want to make sure that it's working today like it is supposed to. So give me just 1 minute here. Looks like LinkedIn may not be working. We'll have to see. Feel free to drop a hello in the chat. Let me know where you're coming from. Looks like we are live on YouTube. Good to go. And TBD on LinkedIn. So I don't know. Sometimes our streaming software doesn't work properly or doesn't, wherever we're trying to stream, sometimes it doesn't like where we're trying to stream. So anyways, okay, looks like we are live on LinkedIn. Good on YouTube, and we are good on Facebook. So hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Job Talk. I am Katie Castillo, the community expert at VirtForce. And so if you're joining us from Facebook, hello, and make sure that you go to chat.restream.io/FB. You can also scan the QR code that I've moved. It's normally over here. I moved it over here today. Scan that. Or chat.restream.io. I'll go ahead and drop that in the chat on Facebook. That should potentially, maybe, if Restream is working, will allow me to see your comments on our streaming software. But if not, I have Facebook up. So I see we've got a couple watchers from Facebook. Hello, John, Sherry, Jenny Lynn. Hello, welcome in, everybody. Oh, and I see we got a few people over. Hi, Cynthia, from Colorado. So welcome into Tuesday Job Talk, our weekly live stream over at VirtForce, where we talk to you about, we share open job positions on our job board. We talk about upcoming events, employer events, educational events, things like that. And then most days we share some kind of advice, career searching tips, things like that. We are meeting at a different time than normal today because we are hosting our VA Loan Bootcamp today, this morning, in just under an hour. So we usually are at noon Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern, but today we're early due to VA Loan Bootcamp. So let's get into it. So let's talk about jobs, everybody. So if you're new here and you don't know, we have a job board. Put up there it goes. Jobs.virtforce.us. You can also scan the QR code that's up there for you. I will put that into the chats as well, just so you guys have it if you need it. And all of the jobs on our job board are vetted, legitimate jobs. We do all of the work for you on that, so you don't have to worry about finding scams there. No scams, no commission roles either. They are all have to meet a certain standard and an hourly or salaried wage. And we also try to put all the information you need up there. So when you log into our job board, make sure you make an account. It's free. But make sure you make an account, because if you don't make an account, you won't be able to see all the jobs. I've had people tell me, like, I only see like 2 jobs in your job board. There's a lot more. You just have to log in because it is a private job board. It's all free, but it is a private job board. So you do have to log in and make an account. Once you do that, you'll be able to see like all of the jobs that are available. You can sort them as you need to. If you're looking for full-time, part-time, whatever it is. We'll also put, you'll see like a quick little blurb on the right side of all of the jobs, you know, a little info about it, whether it's W-2, 1099, full-time, part-time, on-site, remote, and then just a few things about it like pay or whether, you know, benefits, things like that. So today you'll see on there, we have some new jobs. We have an on-site role. This is for our friends in Hawaii. I know that we don't always have roles available there, but we do have an on-site role with CVS in Hawaii. If you are a pharmacy technician, this is for you. So it is on-site, like I said, so it is not a remote position, but it is in Honolulu. So I know that we have a lot of community members in Hawaii, so there is a specialty pharmacy technician position there for you. Make sure you read the whole job description, and you'll be able to see there's a lot of information for you there. You'll also see, I do want to point this out for anybody that does apply for a role with CVS through us. That includes this pharmacy tech role, but we also have a couple other roles, 2 customer service roles with CVS on there right now. And then you'll see different areas of business where you can find links to all of those roles. So if you're looking for a customer care role or a tech role, pharmacy jobs, if you're looking for corporate jobs, in-store jobs, whatever it is, we have a bunch of listings for different CVS areas. And all of those roles, make sure once you do apply, after tailoring your resume, let me say that again. After tailoring your resume and you apply, make sure that you fill out at the bottom of the job description on our job board. You'll see a little spot. There's an advocacy form that you can fill out to let us know that you applied for those roles. That is our way of, we take that information and we do let CVS know that these are the community members who have applied to those roles. So make sure that you are filling out that advocacy form if you are applying. Okay. So back to jobs. So we have that CVS pharmacy role. We also, like I said, have those 2 different CSR roles, customer service roles, that are both remote full-time roles on there that are separate from the others. But you'll also find, if you're interested in other roles, CVS Health has a ton of different roles, in-store and remote roles, super military friendly, great benefits, things like that. And I mean, I'm sure you've realized that there are CVS locations pretty much near every single military base. So if you're interested in finding a remote, like location flexible role, definitely go check out CVS Health. You can find all of those on the job board. Like I said, make sure this goes for CVS, but I do want to say this again, it goes for every single role on our job board and every single role that you apply for. Make sure you tailor your resume. Okay. Make sure you're tailoring your resume, look at the job description, do a little research on the company. I know that it takes work, but do it for every single role that you apply for, because Kimber said this a few weeks ago and it's like really stuck with me, that for every person who doesn't tailor their resume, there's going to be at least one person who really dives in and does tailor with their resume. And that's the person they're going to call back. So make sure that you tailor your resume. On our job board, you'll also see we have a position with Y-Scope Contracting. It's a remote contact center manager. It is fully remote. It is full-time. They are asking for quiet office hours. So make sure you check that out. If you've got experience, sorry, I'm scrolling down to get to specifics so I can make sure that I give you what they're looking for. This one's kind of fun. So here's your resume punch list, right? So our recruiting team made to put this on there. If you have this experience, make sure you put it on your resume, right? So workforce contact center management, payroll, timekeeping systems, like they're looking for QuickBooks, Paychecks, CostPoint, those sort of things. Performance KPI management. If you have any of these skills, there's a whole list of them. Make sure you are putting those up front on your resume. This is how you tailor a resume, right? But we put that on this one specifically. So if you have these things, make it easy for the recruiter to see that you have the skills that they're looking for. And then I did mention it. They do require quiet office hours. That is something else we put on all of our positions for you. So we ask that question for you, so you know whether or not you can work at a Starbucks, or you do have to have a quiet enclosed office, whether you can be in meetings or with clients or customers or things like that. So pay attention to that. So if you are looking for a role that you have a little bit of flexibility in location, whether you're working at home or at local coffee shop or co-working space, or you have small children in the background that are fairly independent but might make some noise, or dogs, quiet office hours, we ask that for you. Make sure you're paying attention to that, because that'll be vital to whether or not the role is a good fit for you. You will also see on there, we have a specific role from Imagine 360, product support specialist, full-time remote role. Imagine 360 is a remote first healthcare company. So pretty much, I'm not 100% that it's all of them, but most, if not all of their roles are remote. So there is a specific one, like I said, the product support specialist, but feel free to check out. We have a multi-listing for them as well for Imagine 360. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the multiple positions available. Click that. You'll be able to go explore all of the roles available at Imagine 360. Like I said, they are a healthcare company, but they do have other roles too. So even if you don't have a healthcare background, check it out. You never know what you're going to find. There's definitely going to be some customer service roles in there and other things as well. You will also see roles. We have the traveler's insurance. There's a multi-listing link for them as well. They hire, actually, is that pretty much all of them? I was just thinking. So Travelers, Intuit, Imagine 360, They all hire in every US state, including Alaska and Hawaii. CVS Health does as well, but sometimes there are location restrictions. So make sure you're checking that. But they all hire in all 50 US states, which is really nice. But check out Travelers. They're at the bottom. They have a huge variety of roles available. So from that multi-listing link, it'll take you over to the Travelers website. Going through our job board, just as a heads up, when you go through our job board, it will mark you as a VirtForce candidate, when you go to most of these job boards. If there is a drop down, like I know Imagine 360 has a drop down menu for VirtForce to click like where you found them. Feel free to put that as well. But going through our job board will mark you as a VirtForce candidate with Travelers, so you don't have to do anything else with that, which is nice. But check them out. Like I said, they have a huge variety of roles. They have made several of their customer service and sales roles remote just for active duty military spouses, which is really nice. They have a specific program designed to help military spouses. Check them out. They have a ton of roles, incredible benefits over at Travelers, and super military friendly. So check those out. And next, I want to talk about Intuit. So this will be sort of a segue into our upcoming event. So we do have an upcoming event with Intuit, date TBD. So hang in there. We will have dates for you soon. Hopefully, our event with them. Natasha, that's a great question about Puerto Rico. Natasha is asking if there's any restrictions in Puerto Rico. It depends on the company and the role. So make sure when you are looking at the job description, Natasha, that you're checking to see if there are location restrictions. Most companies are pretty clear about where they are hiring in and where they are not. So I would just check each job description because I can't it sort of just depends on each role and each company. So just make sure you're checking on that. And also, congrats on your PCS. You made it. And I hope you have fun in Puerto Rico. It's beautiful there. I loved it. And so Intuit. So Intuit TurboTax is hiring right now. So if you have tax experience, you should let me know. I'm going to put my email up on here for you guys. Nope, not that one. This one. There we go. So if you have tax experience preparing tax returns, TurboTax is looking for 2 years and 30 plus returns completed in that time. If you have that experience, definitely email me right now and let me know your experience and send me your resume. Also, let me know when you email me, let me know what you're emailing me about. Don't just send me a resume, because I get a lot of resumes, but then I don't know that you're specifically looking for stuff on Intuit. So make sure that you let me know that you're emailing about Intuit information, whatever it is. But if you have tax experience, you've have at least 2 years and 30 years return experience, email me and let me know, because TurboTax is hiring right now, which is excellent. So you would already be qualified if you have that experience. If you don't have that experience, that is okay. So Intuit has a program called Intuit Academy. It's free. They have developed courses that take you from ground zero all the way up to qualified to work as an entry-level tax preparer at Intuit or at TurboTax. So they're great programs. They're free and they're self-paced, so you can do them at your own time. So if you are interested in a role with TurboTax, this is a great time to get going on that. If you'd like more information, email me right now or sometime at your leisure, Katie@virtforce.us. That's KAITI @virtforce.us. Email me. Let me know again that you're emailing about Intuit and you'd like some more information. We have a tax boot camp that we've done in years past where it's a supplemental program to the Intuit Academy programs, where we help you along through the program to make sure you're getting the support you need, the help you need. We do live classes, and we also do connections with the lead recruiter at TurboTax. We will be launching one of those programs this summer, date TBD, like I said. So if you are interested, make sure you email me and I will get you the information to get you started now. And if you want to get started now, and if you'd rather wait until we kick off boot camp, that is totally fine too. It's up to you. But yeah, go ahead and email me, because you will see on our job board, we do have Intuit right now. We have TurboTax and QuickBooks on there. I think we have QuickBooks. Yes, we do. Okay. So if you're interested, let me know. If you do have the experience, you can apply through our website. Make sure you email me though. I want to say this. So for anybody, even if you have experience now or you're going through Intuit Academy, past, present, whatever it is, future, make sure that when you do apply, you email me and let me know, because that's how I advocate for you. I have a whole giant spreadsheet of everybody that's gone through and applied to TurboTax in the last year with me. And I send that list directly to the lead recruiter at TurboTax and advocate for you on your behalf to make sure things are rolling, make sure you're moving as best I can. So if you have applied and you have not let me know, please do. But if you're interested in more information in tax bootcamp and getting qualified to work at TurboTax, email me, katie@virtforce.us. I'm going to do a quick little check here and reload Facebook and make sure I'm not missing any comments over there. I'm not trying to ignore you guys. Sorry, I could just talk a lot in case you haven't noticed. So if you have questions, oh, I see a couple people. Hi, guys. Hi, Diana. All right. So if you guys do have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I am got another 5 minutes or so that I'm going to talk for. But if you have any questions, first and foremost, this is a live event thing so that I can actually talk to you. And if you have questions, so that you can ask your questions. So get those in. Let me know if you have anything. I am keeping an eye on all that. And hopefully they populate quickly so I'm not delayed. But if you do comment and I haven't answered it live, your question live, I usually try to go back to the recordings and try to answer those questions as needed. So next up, the reason we are meeting early today is because we have VA Loan Boot Camp today. So we are meeting in 45 minutes on Zoom, and we are doing VA Loan Boot Camp. We are bringing in our experts, and it is primarily a place to ask your questions to VA loan experts who are military affiliated. One of our experts is a military spouse, and the other one is an Air Force vet. So they've used their VA loan. They've helped others use their VA loan. Like, they know it in and out, and they are going to answer your questions tailored to your specific situation, your specific goals, your timeline, what you're looking for. So it's a great event. We had one in May, and we had, 150 people there, and we probably could have talked for like 3 hours. People had so many questions, and it was an awesome event. I learned so much, and I'm really looking forward to today's to learn more, because honestly, it's one of those things that I don't know enough about, and learning more now is so helpful. Michelle said it on Thursday night at our live stream, where she said, you can never start too early. You can never start too early. So no matter where you are in your PCS journey or your VA loan journey, this event is for you. Even if you don't know what questions you have to ask, I didn't. And just being there to hear other people's questions really helped me. So I did put the QR code up here for you. This is to RSVP. So if you're interested in coming today, or you're interested in the information, but you can't be there today, totally understand. Scan this code. I'll drop it in the chat for you guys, because I know some of you are probably on your cell phones, so then you can't scan it. But I'll drop it in there for you guys. If you RSVP, you will get the recording when the event is over. We send out the recording usually within a week or two. So if you're interested in the information, but you can't make it, definitely RSVP. It's a great way to get the information, even if you're not allowed, if you can't be there. So I'm dropping that link. And I see we have a couple questions coming in from Facebook. So let me get those answered. Jenny Lynn is asking about Intuit. So we got a couple of Intuit questions. So Jenny Lynn, is Intuit seasonal? Yes, Intuit is seasonal. Or TurboTax is really seasonal because it follows tax season. But as you know, tax season does kind of extend somewhat. Yes, technically it's in April, but there are extensions through June and then October. So it is seasonal. But I will say TurboTax, Intuit in general, does prefer to hire people who have worked there before. So you do have to take about, I want to say it's 13 weeks. So about 3 months that you have a break, but they prefer to rehire through their own candidate pool that they've already from their own employees. So those are the first people who get calls back. So while it is seasonal, we have people who've worked there for years and years and years, and they just keep coming back. And there are full-time roles at Intuit. They are just internal roles. So once you get your foot in the door, it is much easier to stay on once you're there. And I see, okay. Marina is asking, for those of us waiting for the Intuit Bootcamp, would you recommend us to get ahead with the courses and start getting prepared? Yes. So Marina, go ahead and email me. You can email me, Katie, Kaiti. That's my first name in there. Here, I can put it up here, at virtforce.us. Email me, and I will send you all the information to get enrolled in Intuit Academy, what it looks like, the overview of the courses. And then as soon as bootcamp gets started and the event is, like, we have a date for the event, I'll get you registered for bootcamp and get you RSVP'd for that event, so you know when everything is happening, so that I can help you with that. If that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it's up to you. If I was you, I would just get started. If you have the time now, you might as well, because you never know. Bye, Joel. Thanks for coming. I would just get started if I had the time, because I don't know about you, but sometimes life gets crazy, right? So, and that's the thing about the Intuit Academy programs. You can start and stop if you have to. And it's I have to look at my notes. Apparently I'm out of touch for the last 2 months. It's a 30-hour course. The first one is the tax level one is a 30-hour course that you can do on your own time. So we've had people complete both programs in like 1 week and apply. We've also had people take a couple months just because life got in the way. So it's up to you. If you have the time, it'd be a great chance to start now. Let's see. I see we have a question from John on Facebook. So John, the advocacy form, where do we fill those out? So we have advocacy forms for certain companies once you've applied. CVS, once you apply to CVS, that advocacy form is on the job description on the VirtForce job board. So when you go to any of the job listings for CVS, you'll see, scroll to the bottom, read it. You'll be able to see there's an advocacy form you can click to fill out. If you apply to Travelers, we don't have advocacy forms for every company. Travelers is another one we do. We just ask that you apply. And if it's been more than 3 weeks since you applied, then there is an advocacy form that you can fill out. Any remote positions for a web developer? Okay, so we do have them sometimes. I didn't mention this today, but we do have our roles on our job board update frequently. Like, we had 2 roles up last week that went up and came down last week. So if you don't have a role that fits your background right now, just hang in there, keep looking. You know, you can search wherever you need to. But we do have a lot of IT roles that have come up on our job board. I would also recommend checking at those companies that I mentioned. So CVS, Imagine 360, Travelers, go check their technology area and see if we have a lot of vets and mill spouses who have worked in other areas other than customer service with those companies, and they do have tech roles. So you might be able to find something as a web developer for over there. So definitely go check that out. Okay, I see Diana saying resume needs attention. Yes, so we have lots of resources over on our YouTube. Here, I'll put up that link real fast before we head out. On our YouTube, up there. So if you need some resume help, highly recommend checking that out. We have a lot of courses on our job board too. Once you log in, at the very top, you'll see learning as a little tab at the top. We have courses on resume and LinkedIn and also interview stuff. So check that out. We have lots of free resources for you on all of those if you need help with those things. And if there are things you need specific help with like that, good to know. We have a new topic every week. So if you have specific resume questions, feel free to drop them. Let me know. And I will be happy to work that into our schedule for Tuesday job talks, because we usually do some piece of advice towards this section anyway. So that is about it for me. If anybody has any questions, I am going to go fill up my trusty Ted Lasso mug with some coffee, because I am going to log into the Zoom room, and I will actually put that up here now. So VA Loan Bootcamp is happening in 36 minutes, according to my math. So right about half an hour. We're going to be here in this Zoom room. Feel free to scan it. If you RSVP'd, you will have the link. You'll also have a calendar invite. I'm going to get my